Hi, the video for hair restoration on an African American who has a very significant hair loss. His hair pattern is a class 5. Let me show the audience. And he's thinning from here all the way toward the back. As of this moment now, he's a class 5. So our goal today is to establish a hairline, an appropriate hairline for an African American. As you can notice my other video, that Caucasian hairline is very high, archy on both sides because the facial structure is more narrow, and genetically that's how it is. Versus the Asian hairline is low, and mostly low, pretty rarely do you have any high. African American, a majority of the time, has low hairline like Asian. On a rare occasion, they do have high, mid-high hairline. So majority of the time, to create the hairline that's appropriate for African American, we have to figure out where the frontalis muscle is, and that's when we can start. As you notice, if you create the hairline so high and put the hair on an African American, the patient still look bald. They won't be happy with the result, and it's going to look very unnatural. Many other famous African American hairline, like Will Smith or Obama or 50 Cent or stuff, they have pretty nice hairline. Except for Obama has a little bit higher hairline than a typical African American. But then again, he's mixed, so then his hairline can be a little bit higher. But like 50 Cent and other African American, the hairline is very nice and low. Now, how do I start? So when I ask the patient to frown, basically his hairline is around his frontalis muscles there. Go ahead, you can relax. And so then I put a finger breadth above, and I put a 1.5 on both, one on both sides. Now this patient, he wants a little bit more, slightly mature hairline, but not too high. So that's why I put a little bit of finger breadth, and a finger breadth in the front, and finger breadth on both sides. Versus, I could go as low as on the line of his frontalis muscle, and it's still very appropriate. And I kind of have it arch slightly on both sides. Now, we can have it very straight across too, and go across the border of the frontalis muscle. And again, yes, not everybody has the same preference, and so my goal is to cater to the patient, to guide the patient. If they ask for an unrealistic hairline, then of course I will let them know that it's not going to look appropriate and that won't look great. So before we go further, I want you to go to my website at www.mhtaclinic.com, 1-866-999-6482. Getting back to this patient, I have very good confidence that we can have excellent coverage for him, especially rebuild his hairline. When we rebuild the frontal hairline and make it very nice and natural, his look going to return. He's going to gain at least 10 or 20 years of his look back. Due to the significant advanced stage, which he probably require at least 5,000 grafts, and today I'll go to do 2,600 grafts. So we had to put most bang for the bucks and where the hair loss is most noticeable, and you want to make it perfect. And so you want to have an area where people will make it look aesthetically pleasing. And so after come to an agreement with the patient and my recommendation that we're going to put at least 75% of the 2,500 graft in the front, and we'll put the 25% in the back. And since it's a tall guy, if the people want to see, they see his face most of the time, and they can't see his bald back in the back. It's very hard, unless, as I mentioned to him, unless I'm a Manute Bo and he can look down, or Yao Ming. Some guy 7 feet tall. Anyway, so talking to this patient, I have several rules. I talk about the ultra refined follicular unit transplant, one root at a time. Number 2 is appropriate ethnic hairline. I went over that long already. Zigzag line, we do a zigzag line like this. And African American zigzag line is smaller versus the Asian and Caucasian hairline. The zigzag line is larger, and the zigzag line in the middle is tend to be smaller in amplitude. And then we're gonna have the rows and rows single hair graft in the front. We'll have outlier, we'll put few hair graft in the front to soften the hairline. And then we will do the angle of the hair around 45 in the front, increase in the back, and change it sideways. And the tempo, so because of due to our limited graft, and he has already some receding tempo, but still some there. So we opt not to fix the tempo at this moment. And if the patient decide to have it restored, make it better, and the tempo in the future, then yeah, we will do that. As of that now, we're gonna just do the front, and our main goal is to cover the front, the middle, and toward the back. The second procedure, we will increase the density in the back and put in the front. And you have to do step by step. And because due to the limitation of his scalp too, that the density of African American versus Asian and Caucasian is lower, so then we have to can only harvest around 2,000 or 3,000 grafts per day. Whereas a Caucasian hairline or Asian, I can probably harvest at least 5,000 to 6,000, no problem. Thank you.